Okay, and welcome to another Cooking with the Doctor, where I, the host, the doctor, try to cook stuff that's seemingly good, even if you look at it and you're like, that doesn't really look good to me. But if you were here in the house with me, you would see that actually is good, because it actually tastes good. So, this time I'm going to do hash brown bake. Now, I'm going to call it a casserole because that's technically what it is, but on the cookbook it says hash brown bake. So here's all the stuff that I need. Some stuff I don't have. I don't have the sour cream, but that's fine. I don't need sour cream in it anyway. So everything else I have there, besides that, and you may see melted butter and cheese, and you're like, oh god, that's going to be very greasy. Well, I actually have a substitute for that. Instead of going with orange cheese, I'm going to go with white. So here we go, white cheese, melted butter. So that will actually work well better than orange cheese, because orange cheese, well, it's going to be greasy, right? That's going to be greasy, and then this here, if this was orange, it was going to be very greasy, so white cheese is the best choice to go with if you're going to cook something like this where you gotta have like butter on it or anything other than that. Onion. I'm gonna cut the onion, and if I don't have enough, well, I got another onion in there somewhere, so I'll get that. Here's the cream of mushroom. Now, you could either have cream of chicken or cream of mushroom soup, so I don't have any cream of chicken here right now, so I'm going to choose cream of mushroom. It's probably going to be just as good. I don't know, because I never tried it with this before. I tried it with chicken, but never had it with this. This is going to be the first time with that, so see how that goes. We also need cornflakes, 2 cups, actually. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, let's see where it is. This here is a, basically you would take nuts and stuff like that and put it in here and just grate it up. Maybe put some sprinkles in there if you want, or anything basically in this, and put it on ice cream. This is what this is made for. So I'm going to put the cornflakes in here, grind them up, and they go on the very top of the casserole. So basically, I don't usually do an introduction like this. I usually just show you what I got and then just go ahead with the cooking. But this time I want to explain what goes in it, because some of you may feel that I don't do enough in the video. All I do is just show you the ingredients, edit the video to when I got everything done, cook it, cut the video, and go back in, and the food is done, and then I grate it and eat it. That's pretty much all I do in my cooking at the doctor. So this time I decided to do a bit different. We're going to cut the video now because it's about 3 minutes, and I don't want this video to take 20 years to upload, because YouTube, well, it's having problems. Probably because there's so many videos being uploaded. They probably need more. Well, maybe they don't need more server space, because they probably got like billions and billions of space. But, after, how many years YouTube has been around, they're probably, going to have problems with space and stuff. So, we're going to cut the video, and I'll do some of this chopping and grating. I don't know what I'll talk about, but we'll see what happens. So, here we go. Now, I wish I could show you me doing onions, but sadly I only got 2 hands, so I can't really do anything about it. So the only thing that I can basically do is move that out of the way, so that way you're not looking at that for 20 years. You can look at that nice dish while I'm talking. So here we go. So I don't really know what to talk about too much. I've only done this dish about a couple times, and I think I've done it at least twice or so. Pretty sure it was twice, wasn't it? Yeah, it's about twice. And each time, it was very, very delicious. So, see what I can do with this. Now, you may be like, oh god, he's cutting onions, so he's probably going to have tearful eyes. Well, actually, that could happen, but I'm staying at a distance while doing this, so hopefully that doesn't happen where I'm going to have to go into the bathroom and rub my eyes because of that. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Pretty sure that it won't. So I'm just going to keep cutting here. We're going to see if I can add something different to it. Because I do have something extra here that I'm going to add to it. So we're going to see if that works. Usually I wouldn't do that, but, you know, I thought I'd try something different, you know? What's the point in, like, being able to cook if you're not going to use your talent to create something creative? Like, say, I don't know, you want to make pizza. Why put the same thing on a pizza 20,000 times when, you know, you create different kinds of pizza? Maybe you could put something new on it that never been on pizza before. I don't know. You should do that. If you're someone who wants to cook, you know, and you have the ingredients, and it doesn't cost very much if what you want to cook, then I say go for it. You know, I say go and cook what you want. Don't just cook something and be like, it's just a meal. This is what I'm going to eat. I cook this just to eat. Don't cook just for the sake of having something to eat. Cook because you want to cook. Cook because you feel that you can make something delicious. Not only for yourself, but for other people as well. When I cook this, I'm not going to be the only one eating this. My mom and dad are going to eat this too. And they're going to love it. I'll probably end up having, like, maybe at least two plates of this. And when I say 2 plates, I don't mean like a gigantic piece, like each plate. I mean, like, probably I'll cut it into a small square, something like that. Have a small piece, which I'll be grading on the video. Then after that, I'll probably have seconds. And after that, I probably won't have any more. The rest will be my parents eating it, which they will gladly eat. It's not like, oh, they're going to eat it just because they want to make me feel good of me cooking, or, oh, they just want to get this out of the way so that I can wash the dishes. No, it's not that. It's they actually love it. You know, they love it when I cook. And I do too. And I'm glad that, you know, I actually cook instead of, you know, just getting something to eat and then that's it. No, I'm glad I do this innovative stuff, you know. Like, I would never, when I first started, all I would do is cook maybe an egg or take a pork chop, put it on the fryer, and then there we go, and that's it. But now I actually go the distance. I want to create stuff like this. You know, you actually have to do more than just put something in a frying pan or put something in a pot, put something in the oven, just cook it and it's done. You actually have to make it. I have to put salt and pepper on it. I actually have to take this can, mix it up into, you know, a bowl with onion, cheese, cornflakes, and melted butter. I actually have to do all that just to make something that I want to eat. You know, and that's why I love doing this. So, here we go. We got the onion done. I don't know if it's enough. We're going to find out. And yes, when I put the camera over here, I took this that was sitting over there and put it there because obviously I'm not going to cook. I'm not going to cut on this, right? So, this here is what I usually cuts on. So, here we go. We're going to put that in there and see if it's enough. It's about what? 1.5 cup, so we're gonna hope that that's enough. If not, I'll make more. I don't care. So let's see. 5 minutes. I've been doing this for 5 minutes. That's great. I'm gonna move this out of the way now. see, I gotta get all of it off first. Sometimes it just sticks on here, you know, when you're cooking something, you're just like, oh, it's just stuck on the cutting board, and you're like, oh, I just want to get it off, you know. Sometimes it can be a little bit annoying. Oh, yeah, actually, he is pretty good. Oh, right there's like just about, maybe a bit over, you know, if you like flatten it down to make it level with this. It doesn't have to be exact. I'm not really that bad when it comes to cooking. Be like, oh, everything has to be perfect, otherwise it's no good. I don't really care about that. I usually just go with the flow with cooking. Like, if I accidentally put in too much of this, or, you know, do too little of this, who cares, really? As long as it tastes good and it comes out, you know, and I'm able to eat it, and other people who eat it are able to enjoy it. That's all I really want, you know? I'm not a perfectionist cook. So here we go with the onion, and now we're going to take out this. Well, actually, yeah, we're going to take out that. We're going to do the cheese, the butter, which needs to go over there, and we're going to take that out, put it in a bowl, mix it all together, and see what happens. So here we go. Okay, so the next thing we need is about 2 cups of grated cheese. So that's great. I'm going to put my onion in a dish, so that way I can use the cup for the cheese now. So here we go. 2 cups. It's going to be awesome. Okay. So, I don't know what else to say right now. All I can say is, wow, I'm grating cheese. How fun is that, right? Actually, it's quite fun. Except when you, like, gets down to the nitty-gritty. It's like, your finger is basically right there next to the grater once the cheese gets down very thin, and it's like, darn it, I might have accidentally cut my finger by doing this. You know, and I've had that happen before, you know, but I keep going. What I do is just go get the Band-Aid, put that on, continue cooking. I don't let something like that stop me from doing it. You know, all you gotta do is cover up the wound, clean it, and then there we go, you can continue cooking. Same thing with, let's see, what was it I was cooking before? Accidentally burned my arm a bit. It was fun, didn't hurt. I didn't really mind it. Okay, so let's see how much cheese we got here. Grating cheese is actually a lot easier, you know, than cutting onion and stuff like that. Because I just got that done in like, wow, a couple seconds. So, see, there's about a cup or so. So that's good. I'm going to put it in a dish here. 1 cup. That's only 1 cup. And you may look at it and be like, wow, that's a lot of cheese. Yeah, it is a lot of cheese. I'm going to be using this whole thing. It's not very much. It's not like I'm using like a whole pallet of cheese. There's only a little bit left in that anyway. So using this up won't really matter. It's not like I'm using like a whole entire block. Which ours comes in like a very long rectangle. That's usually considered a block of cheese. All depends on what it comes in. I suppose you consider it like an entire block, but that's what usually we're considered it as. So I only use like about probably 1/3 of a block overall, which, you know, isn't, I mean, it is kind of a lot at the same time. Once it, like, if you cut off 1/3 of a block of cheese, depending on how long the block is, you may look at it and be like, well, it's not too much to cut. But then when you look at it in the bowl, you're like, man, it looks like it's a lot. So, depends, really. So the bowl's full of cheese now, which all of this, as I said, is supposed to be there. So don't say that's too much, because it's not. I'm going by what it says on there. So we go with that. Oh, so here we go. Next thing we're going to do is we have to start. We're going to put that in the pot, let it melt. And I need about, how much do I need? I need about a half cup. So it needs to be about like this. A half cup like this. So here we go with that. Just because I don't want to burn too much. Wants it to be just about done. And it comes up a little bit short. Looks like I need more than that in there, so we're gonna go and get more. I think. Well, considering how much, considering I'm using all this, I might as well give it a little bit more, you know? Just a little bit more. You know, don't need to be too much. Just a little bit more. Soon be done. Now, I need, let's see. What do I have here? Let's bring the camera over here so it's not too noisy. Let's see, where is it? It's in here somewhere. Probably hidden away on me again, like always. So every time I go to cook something, everything that I need is hidden away on me, so it's great. That's what I love. That's what I really love about cooking, is that when you go to cook, you can't find what you're looking for. It's like oh, this is somewhere, but I don't know where it is. So you gotta spend like a half hour trying to find it before you cook. And yeah, that's what I love. I love fooling around. Come on, stupid thing, come out here today. Okay. Okay, it didn't take that much to find it, so it's all good. Let's just get this bit. Okay, so we have enough now. Just let it run a bit. Okay, so I have enough that now it is going to take a while to cook. So expect it to take a while for me to even get it done. I started doing this like about, I'd say roughly, I got everything out about, I'd say at least 4:15. So it's going to 4:30 right now, and then so I'm probably going to be, you know, doing this for a while, so that's going to be good. What I mean by that is that I don't really want to spend all day cooking. Like, I do like cooking, but I don't want to spend all day cooking. I want to get this done so I can do other things. So we're going to get this done here. Once we get this done, then it'll be good to go to mix, and then it'll be good to put in the oven. So it's just about done here with this. Now we're going to start mixing it. So, got all that done. Now we got to take this and start mixing it. So, here we go with this. So, I got to take all this, put it in there, then put it on there, then put on the cornflakes, and then put on the butter last. So, that's how that usually works out. So, let's get everything over here. So I can start doing that. You gotta mix it really good. So here we go, we're going to start doing this now. Okay, so first I'm going to put in the onion. And I gotta make sure that mixes really well. This whole thing is an entire bowl, so I gotta make sure that everything does mix. Next, I'm going to put in the cheese. So that's what I'm about to do right now. Put in a bit of the cheese. Make sure it all mixes. Put in the cream of mushroom. Mix that. Now mix it like very, very well. So that it turns out good. Once it's all mixed, it'll actually turn out good. Let's make sure. Actually might need another can, so I'll be right back. Okay. So I'm going to put in another can just because it's looking like it's not thick enough. And I need it to be thick because I don't want it to be like going all over the place when I try to do it when it's cooking. So it needs to be able to stick together. So that's why I'm using another bit of it. And it'll actually turn out pretty good then. So it'll actually stick like it's supposed to. So yeah, this time it is going to be different. If I was using the chicken kind, I probably wouldn't have used too much because there's more in the chicken than there is when it comes to the mushroom one, as it appears right now. Like the last 2 times I did this, I didn't need to use 2 cans, I only need to use 1. So it appears that chicken will be the easier one to go if you want to make this. It's called cream up chicken, just to let you know. Just try and remember that. So yeah, let's get all that mixed up. Put in a bit more cheese now. And it looks like it is sticking like it's supposed to, so that's really good. Now I gotta start pouring it out into pan that I'm using, or the dish, I should say. It's called a dish, not pan. Let's get all that out. Make sure that's nice and mixed like it's supposed to be. Okay. And just to let you know, you will get your hands dirty mixing this stuff. You will get your hands dirty. If you're like, you know, so you might want to wear gloves if you're not, if you're like one of those people who are like, I gotta be 100% sanitary. Well, use some gloves or something, because you will get your hands dirty doing this. So we got all that mixed in. Looks good. Now comes the part where I gotta do this. Okay, so I'm going to start sprinkling this here, as you can see. Might have to use my charger for the remainder of this, because it looks like the charger's almost gone. I don't want the video cutting out, so put a lot of this on all around. And then once it is faired up a bit before you put it in, and before you put the butter on it, because the butter will actually help it stick. So I'm going to fair it up a bit. Okay, now I'm going to pour the butter over it, this is how it's supposed to go. Yes, I'm supposed to pour butter over it, melted butter. And now I'm going to put it in the oven. So here we go. This is what it looks like now, and we'll see what it looks like a bit in the oven. Okay, so it's just about done. Let's take a closer look. Yeah, look, if you look down there, you see it. I don't know if you can see that sizzling, but it's just about done. This here is about, it's getting more crispier. Yeah, as you can see down there, right? So it's just about done, just a little bit longer, and it'll be good to go. So want to show you this. I put a little bit extra on top just to make sure that that the cornflakes will stick. So yeah, this should be good in a little bit. So here we go. Okay, so now we're going to finally, after waiting, that is, for this to finally finish, I'm going to finally be able to see if I did good or if it's still pretty bad. Hopefully it turns out good. Take a small square of it. I'm not going to take too much of it. And yeah, this here is going to be a bit messy because it's not going to stick like in one piece. Like, you may cut it in a square, but when you take it up, it's not going to stay that way, okay? Just want you to know that. That's not going to stay the way you cut it, okay? It is going to realistically change. So just want you to know that. To know what to expect. And don't get mad if it doesn't stay still. If it goes all over the place, that's fine. Point of this is to show that things that don't look, that looks good, right? You may look at it now and be like, that looks bad. Well, I'm going to grate it right now. I don't have a lot of time, so going to grade this. And, let's see. So, okay, this. You may be like, ew. Well, I'm going to taste it, and it's going to be really good. So, here we go. And actually, it is really good, like it's supposed to be. There's no faults with this. I did this perfect. You know, the only fault that it really deserves or gets is presentation-wise. So, I will knock off a point for that. So, it gets a 4 out of 5. Because it's, you know, isn't like it's not healthy, because the cheese is not greasy, and this here overall isn't greasy, so it does deserve a 4 at least. So I'm the doctor, and I'm going to eat this. I'm going to enjoy this, and we'll hopefully one day get in our cooking with the doctor. So thank you, and see you then.